me tell you something. If you don't take full control over your mind, someone else will. And if you think I'm lying, look around you. The world is full of men who have been brainwashed into thinking that mediocrity is acceptable. I don't feel like learning a new skill. I don't feel like grinding. Good. That's why you're a loser. That's why you're broke. That's why your life is a joke. Because instead of acting like a man, you act like a child who needs everything to be easy, who needs life to be comfortable. But guess what? Life is not comfortable. Life is war. I have one question for you. Are you that man? Are you a slave to your own weakness, or are you the kind of man who refuses to be controlled, who refuses to be ordinary? Because let me tell you something. If you don't take full control over your mind, someone else will. And if you think I'm lying, look around you. The world is full of men who have been brainwashed into thinking that mediocrity is acceptable, that being soft is normal, that failure is just a part of life. No, failure is a choice. And if you keep choosing it, you will keep losing. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Success is not about how you feel. It's about what you do. Your emotions are relevant. Winners don't care if they're tired. They don't care if they don't feel like working. They don't care if things are hard. They do it anyway. That is why they win. Weak men let their feelings control them. I don't feel like working out today. I don't feel like learning a new skill. I don't feel like grinding. Good. That's why you're a loser. That's why you're broke. That's why your life is a joke. Because instead of acting like a man, you act like a child who needs everything to be easy, who needs life to be comfortable. But guess what? Life is not comfortable. Life is war. And if you don't learn how to fight, if you don't learn how to push through pain, if you don't learn how to control your own mind, you will be crushed. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how smart you are. If you don't have mental toughness, you will never last. Look at the most successful men in history. Were they soft? Were they lazy? Were they sitting around waiting for motivation? No, they were relentless. They were disciplined. They did what needed to be done no matter what. And that is what you need to become. You need to become a machine, a force of nature, a man so locked in, so unshakable, so mentally unbreakable that nothing can stop you. Not pain, not failure, not setbacks. Nothing. You need to train your mind the way a warrior trains for battle. That means no more distractions, no more nonsense, no more excuses. That means cutting out weak, negative people. That means stopping the addiction to comfort. That means waking up every single day with a purpose, with a mission, and attacking it with everything you have. Because let me tell you something, life doesn't reward the weak. It doesn't reward the lazy. It doesn't reward the men who hesitate, who complain, who sit around waiting for something to happen. Life rewards the strong. Life rewards the disciplined. Life rewards the men who show up and do the work. Your mind is the battlefield. That's where success is won or lost. Not in your job, not in the gym, not in the world, right here, inside your own head. Before you take a single step, before you lift a single weight, before you even open your mouth, your thoughts determine everything. You think like a loser, you act like a loser. You think like a king, you act like a king. It's that simple. And yet most of you sabotage yourselves before you even start. You wake up and the first thing you do is grab your phone, scroll, filling your head with garbage, negativity, distractions, useless opinions from people who have never done anything with their lives. And you wonder why you have no drive. You wonder why you have no focus. You wonder why you're stuck in the same cycle of failure. Because you have allowed your mind to become weak. Your mind is supposed to be a weapon, a finely tuned machine, a fortress that nothing can break. But you've let it turn into a playground for weakness, laziness, and distractions. And if you don't take control, if you don't sharpen your mind and harden your soul, you will never break free from the mediocrity that traps you. You know what I do the moment I wake up? I dominate my thoughts. I control my focus. Before the world has a chance to put nonsense in my head, I program myself for war. Because that's what life is, a constant battle against weakness, against distractions, against the pathetic version of yourself that wants to quit. The problem with most of you is that you let that weak version win every single day. You let your mind tell you, stay in bed a little longer, skip the gym today, take a break, and you listen, you obey. You let your mind dictate your actions instead of commanding it like a master. That is why you fail. Your mind is not your friend, it is a tool that must be trained, disciplined, and controlled. Because if you don't control it, it will control you. And that version of you, the one that's soft, weak, and addicted to comfort, will destroy your future before you even have a chance to build it. Look at the most powerful men in history. Do you think they sat around waiting for the right mood to take action? Do you think they let distractions pull them away from their mission? No, they were focused. They were disciplined. They trained their minds to be unbreakable, and that is why they won. You need to do the same. You need to build mental resilience like a soldier going into battle. Every time a weak thought enters your head, you crush it. Every time you feel like quitting, you push harder. Every time life tests you, you stand up and prove that you are a man who cannot be broken. Because once you control your mind, nothing can stop you. Nothing. That is what it means to master your mind. That is what separates the winners from the losers. So the question is, are you going to stay weak or are you going to take control? Because if you don't, life will. And trust me, you won't like how that feels. Your mind is the single most powerful asset you own. It is your strongest weapon, your greatest ally, or your worst enemy. And yet most of you treat it like garbage. You let negativity seep into it, you let weak thoughts dictate your actions, you let distractions steal your focus, and then you wonder why you're losing. Let me tell you something. Your life right now is the direct result of the way you think.